students. I welcome you all in today's maths video, and our today's topic is clock, which is the subtopic of time. So this is our second video on the topic time, in which I will explain you clock. Introduction of time. So students, we do different activities in our life. You wake up early in the morning, then you have breakfast, then you go to school. You have your lunch and play during your lunch break, and you continue your classes. Then you return home, you do your homework, play in the evening and have your dinner. Then you go to bed, don't you? So, we all do our daily activities on time in an order. Now let's learn how do we get to know that it's breakfast time or school time or sleeping time or play time. We get to know about all this by looking at a clock. Before moving on to a clock, let us discuss the time facts. A clock has three hands. Long hand is the minute hand, short hand is the hour hand, thinnest hand is the second hand. Minute hand and hour hand are the two main hands. Minute hand takes 5 minutes to move from one number to another. Hour hand takes 1 hour to move from one number to another. The term antemeridiem, which is popularly known as AM, means before noon. So it refers to the morning. The term postmeridiem, which is popularly known as PM, means afternoon. So it refers to any time after midday. Do you know, students, that 60 seconds make 1 minute, 60 minutes make 1 hour, and 24 hours make one day. There are two types of clocks. First is analog clock and second is digital clock. Time shown by both these clocks are always the same. Time on analog clock is read as 4 o'clock, whereas time on the digital clock is read as 4 am or 4 pm. So students, let's move on to our clock now. What is a clock? A clock tells us time. The face of a clock is called dial. As you can see in the picture, the face of a clock, and that is known as dial. A clock has number 1 to 12 written on it. A clock has two main hands. Long hand is called a minute hand and short hand is called hour hand. They both move around and round the clock. It is divided into four parts, and each part is known as a quarter, which is of 15 minutes. So half of a clock is 30 minutes and quarter of a clock is 15 minutes, and whole clock is of 60 minutes. So here we'll discuss O clock. O clock means whole clock. When the minute hand is pointing to number 12, read the time as O clock. In this case, the hour hand is at 2 and it is 2 o'clock. It is written as 2 o'clock or 2 am or pm. It is half past, telling the time to the half hour. Here, the hour hand points exactly halfway between two numbers when it's half past. That is why it is known as half past. In half past, the minute hand is always at number 6 and the hour hand is between the two numbers. As shown in the above example, the minute hand is at 6, which means 30 minutes, and our hour hand is between the number 3 and 4. So, the time is half past 3, or in digital clock it says 3:30. Now dear students, I play a video for you to make O clock and half past more clearer to you. Enjoy the video.
What time is it? It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it's 12 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. What time is it? It's 1:30, 2:33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 30. It's 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. What time is it?
Dear students, I hope that this video will help you to understand the concept of o'clock and half past. Thank you.